I'm very happy to introduce Mr. Ranjan Bellarpady. Mr. Ranjan is an Executive Director of Mangala Resource Management Private Limited, a startup on solid waste management under the guidance of Ramakrishna Mission Mangaluru. Presently, the startup providing waste management solutions to 15 apartments of Mangaluru, covering 500 flats, and on the other hand, successfully handling daily 2 tons of garbage in Uppinangadi, Grama Panchayat and Katil Temple. Mr. Ranjan completed his post-graduation studies in commerce from Mangalore University, post-graduation diploma in marketing management from Karnataka State Open University, and post-graduation studies in philosophy from University of Mysore with 5 gold medals. He is a nominated member of Mangalore University Vivekananda Study Center, Board of Studies in Department of Philosophy at Mangalore University, Central Ethical Committee member at NITTE, deemed to be university, and an advisor in various educational institutions. Being an academician by passion, Mr. Ranjan coordinated various man-making, nation-building programs for students, teachers, parents, youths, and working professionals. Following noteworthy programs reached more than 1 lakh beneficiaries over a period of time, namely Be and Make, motivational sessions and workshops, Prerana, 3 days residential camp for rural youths, Vishwa Vijeta, 125 talks in 125 colleges on the occasion of 125th anniversary of Swami Vivekananda's historical speech at Chicago, Swachh Soch, 50 seminars on cleanliness in 50 colleges, Swachh Manas, 1000 awareness sessions on cleanliness in 250 schools. Mr. Ranjan has presented several papers and articles on Swami Vivekananda, commerce and management, contributor personality, education, values and social responsibility in various forums all over India. He has also given talks on radio and visual media about awareness among students and youngsters. He is a much sought after speaker and has addressed thousands of students, youths and parents from hundreds of platforms. He was awarded Abhinava Shri Young Achiever Award by an NGO recognizing his contribution towards society. And we are very happy that Mr. Ranjan was our student, proud alumnus of Canara College. And I say that Ranjan, what he preaches, he practices. So welcome to this program. Hearty welcome to you, Ranjan.
Thank you. Thank you, madam.
The guest of honor for this webinar is Mr. Hariprasad. Mr. Hariprasad is working as Assistant Professor of Commerce at Government First Aid College, Bettampady, a very multifaceted personality. He is working as a NSS Programme Officer as well as IQAC Coordinator. Welcome you, sir. Our principal, Dr. Premalatha V, madam, whose constant support gives us boost to conduct the programs. Madam, a warm welcome to you too. I welcome all my colleagues to this webinar, and I welcome my another NSS Programme Officer, Mrs. Kavyashree K. Welcome you, Kavya. And our support system, our dear NSS volunteers. Without your involvement and dedication, nothing is possible. A lovely welcome to you all. Over to you, Diksha.
Thank you, ma'am. We have with us Mr. Hariprasad S, sir, as our guest of honor of this workshop. Sir, I request you to address us.
Okay, thank you. Confirm me whether I am audible to you.
Yes, Hariprasad, you are audible.
Yes. Honorable Principal of Canara College, Mangaluru, Dr. Premalatha, respected very creative and proactive program officers who are bringing the name of Canara College in front line as far as Mangalore University NSS activities are considered, Madam Seema and Madam Kavyashree, and the resource person of the program, Mr. Ranjan Bellarpady, and all the members of NSS family, or the students, who are joining this particular program virtually, being at home. I'm very happy to be the part of this particular program. Thanks to Canara College for inviting me. As a part of my presentation or my message to you people, particularly I'm going to address the students as of now. Students, you may be associated with the different programs. You may be the part of BCom program, BBA program, or any other programs issued by or given by the Mangalore University. See, after a couple of years or after a few years, you are going to become the part of society, and you need to lead a kind of responsible citizen's role. You may be the part of one particular company, either the multinational companies or any form of business organization, or you may be the part of banking sector, you may be the part of administrative activities or administrative departments, you may be the part of educational institution, you may be the agriculturist, you may be the part of home management or home leading the home very, very actively. Or whatever may be the role you are going to play, you need certain qualities, certain skills to lead this particular or to discharge this particular responsibility very actively. See, as far as the day's topic is considered, we are gathering here to know the social entrepreneurship, wherein sir will explain about the same in detail. But see the things from NSS volunteer point of view. See the beauty of the volunteer. When in student life, when any individual associated with the NSS activities, the benefit what he is gaining. Particularly, I can say, you may, if you evaluate yourself as far as the changing resulting in you after joining NSS, you may not bring out it in a tangible form. But I can say, as far as the attitude of a student is considered, we can identify the change in the attitude of the students. Usually, the programs associated with the NSS banner makes every student, every volunteer to change the attitude in himself or herself. Particularly when we are the part of society, as and when we are taking any decisions, as and when we are going into actions, we have to see the things from society point of view. What is the effect of my action on others, or what is the effect of my action on society? If I think this particular aspect before implementing anything, then it makes a kind of a sense in the participation, or definitely, and I have to say what happens if the answer is it favorably affects on the society, then I can continue that, or I can implement that particular thinking into action. If the answer is that is effect of my action on society is unfavorable, or it damage certain things, certain elements in the society, then I have to redefine my plan, or I have to redesign my project. That is the thing. And the platform wherein you are involving, that is NSS, definitely makes you a kind of society sense, a kind of decent sense, which a decision maker need to have in his various stages of the life. And this is a strong message what I wanted to communicate to you people. And I can understand the participation of NSS volunteers of Canara College, particularly in various events. I am getting the Asha Kiran issue every day at the beginning of the day. I discussed about the same with the Seema madam, and I came to know about the very participation or the very active involvement of volunteers. Though they are at home, they're very actively involving in this type of posters or creating awareness or spreading awareness through social medias. And you played a vital role in spreading awareness about COVID-19 too. And recently we observed Environmental Day, and the involvement of you people in connection to the same, and your love or affection towards the environment is appreciable. And a kind of project you are taking with Mahatma Gandhi National Council of Rural Education. And recently you are starting the things related to yoga related informative posters. See, when one particular college NSS unit involves in this type of programs, definitely it leads the rest of the units or rest of the college units. They are the model for rest of the colleges. So for this, I appreciate the volunteers, because it is not the task of the principal or the program officers of the college. If the students are very, very active, then only the program officers or the directors of NSS can implement the programs in a college level. I congratulate all the NSS volunteers for your very, very active participation in this particular pandemic situations. As and when be the part of every situation. See, we are becoming the part of unexpected situation. No one expected this kind of situation 3 years back or 2 years back. No one expected this type of situation. We are not associated with the classroom learning, and being at home, we need to continue our learning. We can call it as a learning at home. Being at home, I have to discharge my responsibility as a volunteer. See, we may look into this particular resulting situation in different perspective. If I look it as an opportunity, being at home, how best I can participate, it definitely enable you people to identify the inner strength. See, this type of situation enable us to identify our strength, and using which we can grow, we can develop. That is the thing. So with this, as far as the today's topic is considered, that is with regard to the social entrepreneurship, we have business units in the corporate world which are having the objective of profit maximization. But as far as the societal entrepreneurship or social entrepreneurship is considered, the very objective is progress or growth or development of the society. Let us join hands with such type of organizations, enterprises, to develop strong, meaningful or healthy society, and let this particular program gives proper inputs to all the participants to redefine your participation tomorrow onwards. In directly or indirectly, let us contribute in society growth or in the national building aspects. With this, thank you so much, Canara College, for inviting me to today's virtual program. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir. You really motivated us. Now I request our beloved principal, Dr. Premalatha Madam, to deliver presidential remarks.
Good afternoon, everyone. Respected guest of the workshop, Shri Hariprasad Sir, resource person, our own Shri Ranjan, NSS coordinators, NSS Programme Officers, Mrs. Seema Madam and Mrs. Kavyashree Madam, and my dear participants. During the pandemic time, conducting a program together with the online classes is challenging work, and our NSS coordinators are conducting series of programs. I appreciate the good work by the coordinators. Students, you follow your coordinators. They are very inspiring. Then our resource person is our own Ranjan. You are super senior. See where he reached. We are happy with the achievements you made, Ranjan. Students, I wish you follow the steps of your guide and reach the goal. Make best use of the workshop. You should make us proud. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Now the integral part of this workshop, I request today's resource person, Mr. Ranjan Bellarpady sir, to take over.
So first of all, before starting the session, I thank the principal of the college. As the Seema ma'am has mentioned, that I'm an old student of Canara College. I'm very happy to address this session. And first of all, I thank the principal madam and the NSS coordinator, Seema madam, and Hariprasad sir, today's guest of honor, for being present here, and all the NSS volunteers and the student friends. Madam introduced me. She asked me for a biodata, and I sent what I had, but she read it whole. I thought she will pick a few lines, but as Baswanda says, no, hogade hogade honna shula kerisidaru. So like that it happened. So getting appreciation from by our own people, it's really a joyful moment for anyone. So from particularly Seema ma'am had taught me a cost in my student days. Somehow it is helping me as an executive director of a company now. So thank you for that days. So let me come to the topic. I'll take help of the presentation, PPT, so that you can quickly understand what I'm trying to tell. Picture certainly connects in a wonderful way. So let us go. Yes. Okay. Yes. So am I visible to you, Seema madam? Which means the screen is visible?
Yes, screen is visible.
Okay, fine. Thank you. 1 second. Yeah. Okay. So let me come to the topic of the day. If time permits, we can go to the question and answer session also. If you find any disturbance in the audio in the middle, please let me know. The concept of social entrepreneurship, the lessons from Swachh Mangalore Abhiyan. That's what I'm trying to convey to you all. So my dear friends, before starting the question session, I want to ask you a very fundamental 3 questions to you. You just touch your heart and feel and tell me that genuinely you answer to yourself that, am I doing this? The very first and fundamental question is, do you feel for others? The very first question I want to ask you. Do you think for others? The second question. Do you work for others? Yes, I'm very happy and glad that you are an NSS student. And your motto is Shrama Eva Jayate. That's the song which you always sing in your camps. And you live for others, I know. But let us go deeply. That I'm not going in NSS for the sake of credits, or not for the sake to get an attendance, or not for the sake of appreciating somebody, or I get so and so. But I go NSS for the sake of NSS, for the sake of service. So in that perspective, I'm asking you, do you feel for others? If yes, then put it in the chat box that yes. Do you think for others? Yes. And do you work for others? If yes, put it in the chat box. You should see this picture. Look at that boy who's carrying a vessel in his hand, and look at the dry land. He's running behind the water. And look at this wild forest. Recently, it got fire in the Amazon forest, or maybe in the forests in the Australia. Can you feel for it? Or can you feel for that boy? Or can you feel for this picture which I showed, the waste, where we are throwing unscientifically, being a very literates, being educated, we are throwing the garbage on the streets, unscientific way of handling the garbage. So it's a water, wild, and waste. This 3 is a very predominant issues at present for all of us. See, we cannot work upon every sector. First and foremost is that we have to pick a particular topic and we have to give a whole life to it. Let me go further. What Swami Vivekananda says? He says we need to have 3 things: heart to feel, brain to conceive, hands to work. Feel first for the world. You must believe in yourself, then you will believe in God. This is what Swami Vivekananda said. For example, I'm not going to the extreme high level of service. I'll put you a very small scenario where you're traveling in a bus from your Canara college to the State Bank, or maybe a longer distance. An old lady had come and climbed the bus. So now is COVID, but assume that everything is fine. And you after a long time, you got a window seat. Okay. And that old lady, she is finding difficult to stand. At that time, can your heart will feel for that old lady? Can your brain will tell, head will think that I have to give a seat, and your hands, which means your body, will automatically wake up and you offer the seat. And most of us, we offered the seat, you see. At that time, you know what happened? No one can replace that joy Even I can pay you 100 rupees or 200 rupees, but you will tell that I cannot repay that. I cannot exchange that for the money. So that's what I'm trying to talk with you. That's what the joy of service I'm trying to talk with you. Let me go further. Do you want to be the part of a problem or a part of a solution? If you want to be a part of a solution, then type solution in the chat. Oh, most of them some are typing, but if you have an option to chat, you can put it in the chat section, or else it's okay. If you want to be a part of a problem or a part of a solution, yes, most of them, they are putting Diksha, Vismita, thank you so much. You want to be a part of a solution. Wonderful, wonderful. So, but if you are a part of a solution, trust me, you are going to benefit this session. Hey, okay, ma'am, sir, you simply coming, we don't have other option, we want credit. Ma'am has told us to attend, we get an attendance. That's fine. It's okay, simply for the sake of attendance or a credit have come here. So it's in that scenario, it's not going to work. So trust me, it is a success story. I'm not bringing any Philip Kotler or Henry Fayol's theories here and putting you in front of you and making you bored. It's such an interesting story did by Mangaloreans for the sake of Mangalore, and that selfless service has become social entrepreneurship. You have to appreciate and you have to come and study it as a case study. Let me go further. So what is, before starting our startup as a social entrepreneur, I will tell you that what is social entrepreneurship. So the definition goes like this. Social entrepreneurship is a group or maybe individuals or a startup or a company. Anyone can start a social entrepreneurship. The solution to the cultural, social and environmental issues. You are providing solution for the environmental issues or maybe cultural issues or social issues, and take on the risk and effort to create positive changes in the society. And this is very interesting. Every business focus on the profit, but here it not focus on the profit, it focus on the improving the society. That's a very interesting one. It's not focusing on the profit. The other business entrepreneurship and the social entrepreneurship, what is the difference is that if the business entrepreneurship or maybe technological entrepreneurship focus upon the profit making, whereas here the social entrepreneurship will always focus upon the improving the society. So let me go further. Say I'll want to share a short video for you. Hope you will like this. Hope you will understand through this. Yeah.
He's a young entrepreneur who knows how to get things done. He inherited Marge, a cow that his grandpa
Madam, is it an audible for you? The video?
Yes, it is audible, Ranjan.
Okay. It was one very smart and special cow. Marge loves Mervyn very much and gives him lots of milk from which he makes delicious cheese. Everyone loves Mervyn's cheese and his business is going well. However, Mervyn is not happy. Over the years, he has noticed his country becoming more and more impoverished. Unemployment is high and everybody's leaving in pursuit of a better future. Seeing Mervyn so sad, Marge decides it's time to help him in his country. She reveals to him the concept of social entrepreneurship. It's like any other entrepreneurship where your product is placed on the market and profit is generated. However, the profit is not used exclusively to enlarge the wealth of the business's owner, but instead is reinvested in order to increase the quality of life and well-being of the entire community. Business success is also measured in terms of positive social and ecological impact. Suddenly, everything was clear to Mervyn, and he became a social entrepreneur. With his newly found business management knowledge, he is now able to successfully balance economic, social, and environmental goals. Social entrepreneurs identify social problems and use entrepreneurial skills to achieve positive changes such as environmental protection and conservation, job creation, meeting public, cultural, and health needs, the inclusion of the most vulnerable members of the community, and so on. With his example, Mervyn has shown us that changes are possible and that the power is in our hands. If you want to achieve something larger than plain profit, then find out more about social entrepreneurship and learn how you can positively affect your community while maintaining steady income. And remember, by doing good for your community, you're doing good for yourself.
So by doing good for others, you are doing good for yourself. That's what that cow said, which means in a nice way it has told that, let me come with that whole lot video in a very simple, one single slide. In simple, that business entrepreneurship focus upon the product, whereas social entrepreneurship focus upon the problems. So where the social entrepreneur is always trying to provide a solution for the social issues. I will tell you one small example where the social entrepreneurship has happened. In the Varanasi, there is a young boys who come out from IIT and IIM, and they were seeing the lot of the flowers which are offered to the Kashi Vishwanath or maybe other temple deities, and they are putting those flowers to the river Ganga. That all river, they are taking it the tons and tons of, approximately about 5 to 10 tons of the flowers it's carrying, and it's getting polluted. So as a result, the team of students, they started a startup. It's called as social entrepreneurship. They took those flowers and they made agarbattis. So which means that they had taken the challenge, the social issues, and they provided the solution. So like this, they are not focusing upon making the profit, rather than they are focusing upon the providing the solution. So in this regard, the social entrepreneurship has a little stages. See, first you have to empathize. If you don't feel for others, you cannot develop a product. See, for example, if you want to be a social entrepreneur, many students will come and ask me, sir, I have an idea to help the people. For example, women empowerment, or maybe children, or maybe any sector I want to do, or maybe animal husbandry, or many issues. But can I be a sustainable? My dear friends, I will tell you, if you go on doing charity and service, it will not going to sustain. You cannot depend upon the funds always, upon the corporate companies. For that, what you have to do is you have to create such a model where it has to self-sustainable. Say, for example, you have to pick up such an issues in the society and give it in the form of single entrepreneurship, or maybe a social entrepreneurship, or maybe a startup. And you have to make it a self-sustainable. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. And here we have a success called our own startup, where we have a successfully running the social concept. First, we have to empathize for others. The second, we have to define what is the problem. We have to define. The later on, we have to ideate. Simply defining. For example, simply defining there is a garbage in the city. There's a garbage in the city. There's a garbage in the city. Oh, I'm feeling my Mangalore is dirty. It will not going to work. What you have to do, we have to define why this is happening, and why the people is throwing garbage on the streets, and what better solutions we can do. That you have to define. Models you have to define. Later on, you have to ideate, which means that you have to provide a whole lot structure. And later on, you have to create a prototype. And we created a prototype in our ashram itself, and we made a pit. And in that we converted whole lot wet waste, which means kitchen waste, into compost. Later on, we have to test it, whether it's going to successfully running or not. Then later on, production and the launch. So in this way, it's go. And you have to you can register for this. One question came in the middle. I'll just add in my session, whether do we need a registration for startup. For any trade, you have to register with the trading authority. There is a lot of authorities is available. And what the youngsters I suggest you is that, if you, for example, if you have taken any issues, for example, I want to create a particular service. For example, I will provide a food for the old people. I'm giving a small example to you. During the time of COVID, that will going to be a startup, a small startup, where you get 2 volunteer people, and they will go and give the food to the old people, and you will collect some amount. For that, you have to register as a startup. And once you register as a startup, you can take the help of company secretary to register it. So you will get the certificate of incorporation, COI. And once you get a certificate of incorporation, you can register with the help of certificate of incorporation with the Startup India website. So in future we can take a separate section if you're session if you are interested that what is startup and how to register it, how to make your idea into action. That is a different session is required. We need to brainstorm it. Every idea cannot be a product, and some ideas can be an NGO, some idea can be a business model where we have to define it well. So let me go further. Yes, you have to register. Later on you can do a business. So let me come.
Hello, Ranjan.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So there is a little internet issues in middle due to the rain here. So excuse me. Am I audible, madam?
Yes, Ranjan, you are audible, yeah.
Okay. So the screen is visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay, so this is an example I'm trying to tell you. The first and foremost, can you feel for this picture? You see that the people, they are throwing the garbage and the streets, and can you feel for it? Can your head think for it? Can your hands work for it? This is a picture you are seeing. Trust me, I hesitate to share this picture for a non-Mangaloreans. This is not Hiroshima or Nagasaki. You see, this is one of the biggest dumping yard of Mangalore. Recently got fired, you know, and the government of Karnataka and High Court recently has sent a notice to the MCC that they are going to supersede it if they are not going to give a solution for it. Who is responsible for this? This is not a government alone. Even we, the educated elite class of Mangaluru, we are also the responsible for it. So this is one of the landslide. You can see the beautiful Mandara Grama, the whole lot Mandara Grama that got flooded with about 3 to 6 lakh tons of garbage the previous year. So by looking this picture, do you feel for it? Can you think the solution for it? Can you do something? Here is a Swami Ekagamyanandaji who thought that when in the 2015, when we got a request from Government of India to do a Swachh Mangalore Abhiyan. So, and he felt that we want to do something. As Swamiji said that we have to think, we have to feel, we have to work for others. So as a result, my dear friends, the Swamiji gave a wonderful solution and awake entire Mangaluru in this regard. So let me go further. As a result, we got Swachh Mangaluru model. You may come across with German model or maybe Russian model or maybe American model. Why not Kudla model? Why not Swachh Mangaluru model? Why not our own? Can't we tell other people of other cities that, look man, we have our own Mangalore model on cleanliness. So you should get an idea from it. You should get inspiration from this. So let me go further. On the special request from Government of India in 2015, we started a Swachh Mangalore Abhiyan. In this, we got and this whole lot journey had happened for about 5 long years. The first one is our waste, our responsibility. The second one is our participation. I'll go a little quick. Later on, we can go for a question and answer. The first one is our waste and our responsibility. What is this our waste and our responsibility? You look at the screen, okay? And yes, one second. Okay. Yes. So if you see the waste here, 60% of our dust bins is having the wet waste, and the 40% of our waste is dry waste. So 60% of wet waste means the food waste or a food leftover, or maybe the waste which is coming veg or non-veg, whatever it may be. It may be a organic waste, food waste, and the 40% is dry waste, between plastic, cardboard, even today's your mask or maybe your old clothes. This all comes under 40%. So 60% is a major problem. You see that you cannot store this kitchen waste or a food waste because it stinks. You have to dispose it on a day-to-day basis. So what we did a program called pot composting program. In this week, we introduced this 3 set of earthen pots, and few of the professors and the faculties from Canara College also took this, and they are doing in their home, and they can convert all the kitchen waste into compost. And the 40% of dry waste you can give it to the Mangalore Corporation. They comes on every Friday to collect the dry waste. So like this, we created a lot of awareness program in Mangaluru. As a result, we distributed about 5,000 sets of earthen pots. And we believe, after that, we conducted a survey. 90% of the people, they're practicing even today. Earthen pots, through earthen pots, they're converting the wet waste into compost. Let me go further. That is our participation. I'll go quickly. You should not miss the slides. It's a beautiful one. So first one is our participation. Every Sunday, we did a Shramadhan, where about we did a 20 lakh man hour, we did a Shramadhan. Okay, and every Sunday we went to every day evening we went to door campaign. We created a lot of awareness among the general public. Children were participated, and we did a program called Swachh Gram, in which 200 gram, which means 100 villages from Udupi and 100 villages from Dakshin Kannada participated, and they did a remarkable cleanliness campaign in the villages. We did a Swachh Manas program. This Swachh Manas program is an awareness program in schools, where I'm very happy that the faculty from Canara College, Babita Madam, took part very actively in the Swachh Manas program, where every month she used to go to 2 schools and she created a lot of awareness program. And like such, many professors, many faculties, and all walks of life, they came and they participated in this Abhiyan and they created awareness. So if I go further, we removed the banner and buntings in the city, and you can see this picture. Rangnath Bhatt sir is in the screen, and the Swamiji is also and we painted the wall in New York College wall. Earlier they used to post lot of stickers, and now you see we are not the mindset has changed. See, we painted not for the sake of paint, we painted for the sake of changing the attitude of the people. Earlier, if during the time of my day when I was a student in the Canara, all Mangalore's program, we can see it on that wall. So now we are very happy that our wall is beautiful. So Rangnath Bhatt sir also appreciated a lot in this regard, and we distributed a water purifier to the government schools and the villages. And for the first time in the country, we did a program called Magic Show for Cleanliness by international renowned magician Kudroli Ganesh. And I'm very happy that he's also an old student of Canara College and the student of Satish Bhatt sir. And trust me, he learned magic when he was an NSS student. That is also one of the interesting. And I request the coordinator to make notice, and you can invite him, that he's having a lot of passion with NSS students. And he started learning magic and gave it his first show in the NSS camps in the village area. When Satish Bhatt sir was the NSS Programme Officer, I think so, I'm not sure, mostly Satish Bhatt sir. But it's a wonderful point I need to mention, that we are all connected to NSS, you see. So if I go further, it's a black spot to green spot. Like this, there is a lot of places across the city where they were throwing this is in the Karangalpadi market, this near to the campus itself. So in the Bunds hostel, they're throwing the garbage. Like this, we converted the whole lot place. This is a before and after. You see this picture? The spirit of volunteerism. This is not by unknown people. This is a very own Mangaloreans. We didn't pay any volunteers. They came voluntarily early morning at 7 o'clock. They did this selfless service. And you are very fortunate that you are in such a team of NSS. It is always the part of academics and motivating, and they are giving credits to you. But here the people, they didn't get credits, but they got an happiness, the joy. And I believe that some of the students here, this Seema ma'am can futurely, they can recognize and can appreciate such students who don't come for the sake of credits, they come for the sake of service. I know some of the students, they come, madam, we don't worry about this marks and all. I come for the sake of NSS only. I'm very happy being in NSS. That kind of attitude you should get, my dear friends. And if I go further, this is Arisal Park, one more in the Karangalpadi, near to your college itself. Earlier, the students and the people, they used to go and sit there, but totally neglected. Later on, it becomes so beautiful park. Even today, there's a apartment behind this park at Pawan Apartments. We have handed over this park to them and they're maintaining it. So making a project happen is not just a success. Along with it, it has to be sustained. You will go and we can all question ourselves. See, some of our camps in the pre-COVID time, we conducted our camps and we did some of the structural work in the rural area. Now we have to go back and see that what happened to it, whether it is sustained, whether it is even useful today, or something has happened to it. Because if we won't give importance for such aspects, we get a negative remarks. Hey, our college or bandidru, madidru, hodru, ivag nodi hengagide. So the people give a negative remarks to us. In that regard, every project what we did in Mangaluru, we will ensure that we will go once in a year at least. We'll see that what happened. And if possible, we will maintain it at least once in a year. So my dear friends, you will go and do some toilet work or some pond or some kind of painting in the schools and all. But I request you, once in a year, you go to the particular places. Your super seniors has been made something and your college name has been mentioned in that wall or in the school or in that particular village. But we have to go back and have to ensure that is it even today it is sustainable. If not, at least we can remove the board, if not possible to fix it. So as that kind of bad name will not come. So if I go further, this kind of bus passenger shelters were there in Mangalore city. Earlier, the people used to scare to stand under it. But this kind of transformation has happened. You can see it in the screen, the beautiful picture. It's just in limited budget of 1 lakh rupees, we converted this kind of beautiful bus stands. Every year we change the theme. Earlier we put Swachh Mangaluru Kanasala. It's not dream. So Swachh Mangaluru is not dream. We have to make it possible. And this year we went for a COVID. Every year we are changing the themes. So, and earlier the people used to scare to stand under that bus stand. Later on it became a selfie point. You can see that young friends and they are taking the selfies. So this is one of the landmark service what we did. Some of the students who are coming from a Kottara side, you might have recognized this. Earlier the Kottara flyover was totally haphazard. Parking was not fixed properly and it was totally neglected. Later on, we completely repainted it. 30,000 square feet of Kottara flyover got painted and got inaugurated on the October 2nd, 2019. Okay, September 29, 2019. And it became a very milestone in the Mangalore city in the name of Swachh Mangalore Abhiyan. This credit, it will not only goes to the Ramakrishna mission. This credit completely goes to the volunteers of Swachh Mangalore Abhiyan and the Swamiji who inspired all of us. So in this regard, let me go further. So this kind of children park, it's near the our ashram itself in the Ebi Shetty circle, in the police line. They're totally neglected. I don't know which child will go and play in this situation. You just see the picture before and after. See how beautifully the volunteers worked and the spirit of volunteerism. Before inauguration itself, the children had come and they started playing. See, this is what a meaningful inauguration, you see. And let me go further. And this kind of patch of land of 5 cents near the Zilla Panchayat in Kottara, next to the Infosys campus, in front of Zilla Panchayat office, was totally neglected and it became a dumping yard. The people, they used to come and they used to throw the, it's like a shot put. They used to throw the garbage into that, hues of garbage. So later on, we fixed the whole lot thing. You can see that we put it the compound in a triangle way. Just in 5 cents, can you believe? Just in 5 cents, we put it 200 saplings. This is the Mangalore's first urban forest. It's called as Miyawaki Urban Forest Project. The first and foremost project of Mangaluru in the public place. And it is sponsored by MRPL ONGC. And it also had a lot of impact on the children. Children enjoyed, they started learning. And I can tell you that you can go to that place, you can have a study on it. What is Miyawaki, what is concept and all. And you can see that I'm about 6 feet. Seema ma'am knows me very well, my height. And the saplings, you can see it grows about 15 feet. So look at that 1 year growth, so overwhelming, you know. And later on we inspired and we did one more Miyawaki in our ashram. In 20 cents, we planted 500 saplings, 500 plants in 20 cents, and about 40 to 50 varieties of plants we have. So you will be amazed to see that technique introduced by the Japanese the professor Akira Miyawaki. His name is Akira Miyawaki, and we across the country, across the globe, the people appreciated and they started practicing it. Let me go further. Irrespective of caste, creed, and gender, irrespective of even transgender, you can see this picture. One fine day they called, so Swami, can we take part in this? The people totally neglected us, they won't respect us, but we want to be a part of this mega campaign. See, such a overwhelming and heart-touching scenario. You know, the people came irrespective of their gender also, and irrespective of physical appearances, irrespective of their all walks of life, the Swamis or maybe MLAs or MPs or maybe the professors, or all walks of life, the people joined. And on the September 29, 2019, we concluded it. The mega campaign, 7:30 a.m. You know, it's not a crowd from one particular college or maybe from a particular university. Everyone, the people of Mangaluru took part in this massive cleanliness drive. And this has happened. So, and I miss such days because of COVID has taken many joyful occasions from us. But anyhow, we got an advantage of connecting through the internet. So on the online platform. So many people asked that what next? After Swachh Mangaluru, what you are going to do? Many people came and requested Swamiji also. So in order to make it self-sustainable, we came up with Swamiji has blessed us, and we started a startup called Mangala Resource Management Private Limited. It is a social startup and eco-friendly startup on waste management under the guidance of Ramakrishna Mission Mangaluru. At present, we have about 25 staffs handling nearly 3 tons, which means 3,000 kg of garbage every single day. Let me go further. This is our team. You can see the picture. Swamiji is our mentor. Swami Ekagamyananji is a mentor. And Captain Ganesh Karnik sir is one of the director of our company. Dr. Manjunath Bandari is a founder of a Sahadri group of institutions, is also one of the director of our company. Mr. Dilraj Arba is a private bus owners associations member, president. And Mr. Sachin and myself, both are the, all 5 of us are the directors of the company, and under the guidance of Swamiji, it's going well. So what we do in this startup, see, from the selfless service for 5 long years, spending 8 crore rupees and inspiring hundreds and thousands of people, and now we enter into a new arena or maybe a new structure that is a startup. What we are going to do in this startup? So that is the zero waste project. It's a unique called zero waste project. This is what I'm trying to tell you. The social entrepreneurship is finding the issues. What is the issues you are going to pick? At the end of the session, I'm going to ask you. You can put it in the chat box if you are got the answer. That if you are still on the session, you can put in section that in which area you want to serve. See, for example, we working on the waste management. So in which area you want to work? You can you have wide, trust me, you will be having wide varieties of answer. You can take just one field. As Swami Vivekananda says, take up one idea into your life. Think of it, dream of it. Let brain, muscle, nerve, and every part of your body fill with that idea. This is the way to the success. You cannot dig too many wells. Water will not come. You have to dig a one particular way, that then only you will get the water. You see, that's what I'm trying to tell you, my dear friends, that one single area where you want to work as a NGO, if possible, or as a company or a startup. We can explore, we can brainstorm it, whether it's possible or not. Some NGO can be a company or some company can be an NGO. And the Section 8 companies also there. I'm trying to tell you in future what is Section 8 company and all tax benefits and so many things. So let me go further. What is zero waste projects? We are many man is telling eco bricks. That's a wonderful start. Many of you can think and put it in the chat box that which area you want to work. So we are working on the social, as a social entrepreneurs, we are taken the field of Swachh cleanliness, which means the waste. So you can also take the one field. Ma'am said the eco bricks. You can think which field, education or maybe anything in a particular way. So ongoing projects at present in one village, 550 tons per year we are handling. 15 apartments, say 500 flats in Mangaluru we are doing. Zero waste in Katil temple, where per day 1 ton of waste we are handling in Katil temple. We are having the waste management center. What we are doing in zero waste project, let me introduce this project. See, we are going for the zero investment. We are not taking any investment. This is one of the commerce students who can pitch the idea and the platform that without investment, can you do something? Can you attract the customers? That's a very unique thing. You can, as a commerce and management students, you can think on this. I'm not going deep into it. Zero investment with the voluntary participation of the people. 15 apartments of Mangaluru with the 500 flats, they are enrolled, and our staff is going every day and they're doing. What we do, we place this kind of earthen pots in the common area, or maybe a parking area, or maybe in the rooftop, and we will give 2 dustbins to the particular flat. Then every flat will get 2 dustbins, and 1 dustbin will be in the kitchen, another dustbin will be in such common area, which means this the place where the pot kept. So what you have to do is very simple. The flat owner has to put all the kitchen waste, wet waste, in that green dustbin and bring it early morning before 8 p.m. or 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. They have to come and keep it the dustbin in their place like this. And after this, our trained staff will come. He will take the dustbin and put it all the food waste in the dustbin, and he will take care of the entire process. And he will wipe the dustbin and keep it away for the next day. And next day, 1 more dustbin will be filled and come, and just like an exchanging the dustbin. It's a very simple one. And in that way, we are handling the waste in the 500 flats at present. And we are using electric vehicles, eco-friendly practices, what we always tell. So 2 electric vehicles we have, and it's giving 70 kilometers of mileage even today after 6 months, and just 3 hours of charge. It's going very well, and we bought this in Mangalore itself. If you are interested to buy eco-friendly vehicles, petrol reached century now, so not out still, and it may go high, even more high. At this time, electric bikes, electric vehicles are the future in the city limits, at least I can say. And it gives about 60 kilometers, 60 to 70 kilometers, you see, about 3 hours. So like this, we are using electric vehicles and paper. We got a lot of coverage in the newspaper. This is about the apartment. Now let us come to the village. In the village, what we are doing, we are handling, that's what I said, in Uppinangadi, we are handling 1.5 tons, 1,500 kg of waste per day. How? So every day we go to the doorstep of the people, about 1,500 houses we visit every day, and we collect the waste from the house. Look at the smiling face. We collect the kitchen waste, wet waste separately and dry waste separately, like that. You can see it in the picture. And later on, to collect the waste, we are using the electric eco-friendly vehicles. You can see it in the screen. For the first time in Karnataka, I can believe that for the first time in the state, we are using electric 3-wheeler to collect the waste. Unless the diesel vehicle or maybe a compactor, it needs a lot of maintenance cost, you know. So let me go further. For the handling the kitchen waste, I said earlier 60% of kitchen waste in Uppinangadi, we get 1,000 kg of kitchen waste every single day. We are introducing a unique technique called Hermi compost pits. We are patenting it, and this pits, through this pit, without electricity, without putting any enzymes, we are converting all the food waste into compost. How it works? You can see it in this picture. First, in this pit, we put all the food waste like that. You can see it in the picture. Later on, we put a cocoa fiber. Later on, within the 7 to 8 days, the maggots, the larva will take form, and it will start eating the food waste like this in the next picture. And this all will start eating the food. Hope you can see it in the screen. And after eating the food, it will make the enriching compost. I'm holding that. My friend is holding the compost in this hand. I click this picture, and there's a beautiful enriching compost. At the same time, in the pit, the food will release the water. It's called as organic slurry, and that also having high level of nutrient. And our compost is having 7.2 NPK level. See, these are the byproducts we can market in the future as an agro products. Okay, and other compost is having 1.2 NPK level. Our Hermi compost is having 7.2 NPK level. And if you see that screen, by spraying that our organic slurry, we call it as Atmamrita. See the before and after, just in 15 to 20 days, the plant got a new color. So you can see the witness, you can test it if you are a gardener, or maybe you are a love or a passion for this planting the saplings and all. You certainly, I request, and you try our compost and the organic slurry. You will see the result and the impact that come out from the food waste, And dry waste, we are sorting for the 30 varieties every week. 3 tips. This kind of lorry will come from Mangalore. They collect all the dry waste and sending for the recycle. The dry waste will become the further products. Maybe different products it will become. So our impact is like this. Say in the previous year. Just in previous year, 7 lakh kg of waste we handled, and previous year, it's not every year, previous year, this year it increased 500 tons of kitchen waste and 200 tons of dry waste. In previous year, daily we served about 15,000 customers, happy customers. Okay, so this is a happy, smiling face. We gave a pride to the people. See, job creation, no child labor, safe working ambience, and minimum wages. Trust me. People who's working in the waste management, they don't have a dignity, my dear friends, and they don't have a life security. You go and ask the people who get coming to your doorstep to collect the waste. Do they have ESI? Do they have the PF? Do they have the bank account where the salary get credited digitally? We are doing as a startup. All our staffs are getting ESI benefit, PF benefit, bonus benefit, and their salary every month, it goes to their bank account. Through the digital platform, they have their own bank accounts, they have their own ATM cards, and they have not gone to school. But trust me, we are very happy. That's what we want to bring, a transformation in this whole system. That's what we are trying to bring, the smile on their face. Look at that smiling face. We always give inspiration to us. This is one more impact. Earlier in Uppinangadi, some of you, if you are from the Uppinangadi, you can see, earlier they were throwing the garbage on the river side, Netravati. During the rainy season, in this time, the waste used to take and carry by the Netravati, comes to the Tumbe Dam. We used to drink the same water in Mangaluru. Okay. And now the whole lot waste, now we are recycling. And you can see this in picture before and after. Now we are sending that dry waste to the recycling, not the dumping yard. So that's why we said that no to dumping, yes to recycling. So impact, we are contributing to the United Nations Sustainable Development of 11, 12, 13 and also 14, and environmental impact and administration impact, where we practice a transparency or maybe a regular service and cost effectiveness. And we're also contributing towards Digital India, Swachh Bharat, Make in India, Atmanirbhar, Skill India, Swachhamev Jayate of Dakshin Kannada Gram Panchayat and the Karnataka Gram Panchayats Raj, and the Startup India, we are startups, and the Sustainable Development Goals. So we are contributing to this 8 platforms of government project. Pratap Chandra Sarangi ji is a union minister who had come and appreciated us, and the Kolar DC also appreciated. He was a CEO of Dakshin Kannada Jilla Panchayat earlier. He helped us a lot. And the apartments also giving a very remarkable positive feedbacks, upcoming projects. So we are very happy that we are proudly connected with Mangalore University. So I was very happy that Honorable Vice Chancellor, who was a lecturer for me when I was a student in the Konaji campus in the MCOM days. So now the sir has become the Honorable Vice Chancellor. So now I am also in the startup. So we are doing an MOU between us now. So the relationship is even more strong now. So now we are about to provide a service. Due to COVID, it's getting delayed. But soon we are going to launch the Zero Waste Campus project in the Mangalore University. And we are giving a message to all the universities across the country. And Bettampady industrial area, we are going to start a zero waste zone where about 700 industrial units are there. We are going to help them in managing the waste in the zero waste zone in the industrial area. One more very wonderful project is coming in the Udupi, where 50 along with the Udupi Jilla Panchayat, we are starting a material recovery facility. You can see it in the picture, the big industries coming, where 50 people is getting job. Now we have about 25 staff, Later on, we are increasing that to the 50 staffs. That kind of job opportunity we are creating soon. Within just 1 year, we are going to recruit about 100 people. The ground staff, they're all from rural India. And some of them will be the officers and the office level office administrators. They will be there. But most of them from a rural India, we are creating a job to them. And where we are doing, we are about to handle 10 tons of, which means 10,000 kg of garbage every single day. So is it not a wonderful news or a happy news where from a social service to the social entrepreneurship? That's what I said. We are not looking the product. We are looking into the problem. Our heart will feel for that problem. Our head will think for that problem. Our hands will work for that problem. So we are into it, not to the profit, but for the sake of problem. So as one of the business secret, if you think to make it profit, you cannot make profit. If you think to satisfy the customer, then you will certainly make the profit. So that's why your target, your focus to enhance, to make your customers happy, that taking a proper survey and which strategies you have to put, not making a profit. Profit will come and go, but the brand should remain always, that ideal should remain always. So if we go further, we have registered startup. It's in Sahyadri campus. Yeah, you can mail us. You can mail to the if you want to know more about our startup, just a simple one, www.mangalaresource.com. It's a very simple. The Mangala, we give it as Mangala, which means Mangala Devi, Mangaluru, auspicious, very auspicious, and resource. It's not a waste management. It's a resource management where we consider the waste as resource. That's why we call it as Mangala Resource, not waste. So this is called mangalaresource.com. That's a very simple. You can get more information in the website. So to sum up, I'll coming to the sum up aspects. So social entrepreneurship can be an individual. If you are individual, you didn't get any friends or of your own passion or your own type, you can start your own, as an individual, you can start social entrepreneur. You can be a social entrepreneur. You can start your startup. Or if you are in a group, 3 to 5 members, you can start, or a startup, a private limited company of about 5 directors or 10 directors or a number of staffs, or maybe a big companies. This is a social startup and social entrepreneurship, and finding the solution and taking risk and not earning profit. Earning profit is a profit will come, but there should be a sustainability only. Not I will make 100 crores of money by selling the scrap. Gujri Marin and Dudumartini. That should not be an aim for us. For us, in Mangaluru, in next 10 years, not even a single people should throw the garbage in the streets, and not even a single piece of waste should go to the dumping yard. This should be our vision and mission. Then we can fix the solution. So if you want to know more about further references, I want to share with you to know more about social entrepreneurship. I want to start a social entrepreneurship, sir. I want to be a social entrepreneur. I'm telling you, you may get a wonderful package job soon after you are completing the graduation. But I'll tell you that don't leave the job and start a startup or something like that. So you can balance it. You have to try a proto test. You have to try a prototype. Then you can, once you satisfy, then you can leave a job and you can come for the startup as a full time. Till then, what I request you is to prepare the ground. If you see the Chinese bamboo, it will not grow for 5 long years. The farmer will not get disappointed. He will not get disappointed. What the Chinese bamboo is doing for 5 long years, it's preparing itself to launch. It's strengthening its root. Once it strengthens the roots, my dear friends, trust me, it will grow like anything. Every day it's going about 10 feet, 15 feet. Can you believe? So that is what the Chinese bamboo, you can learn from that Chinese bamboo, that strengthen your root, strengthen your passion. Later on, that passion you can turn it as a profession. You may be very interested in photography or maybe video editing. You can join one job where you cannot give a full 100%, but you are doing job for the sake of your livelihood. Okay, fine. But one fine day, you have to strengthen your root And the day will come there where you can make your passion as a profession. Till then, you have to wait like a Chinese bamboo. You have to strengthen your roots and you have to improve your skills. That's why I used to tell, ask, ASK, which means attitude, skills, and knowledge. If you invest on this thing every day for about 20 minutes on your attitude, improving your attitude, you have an ego, improve it. You have immediately you get backfire or sit agate, ego hurt agate, you have to improve it. Or maybe nimge laziness, sikkavate laziness, yene helidru postpone madodu. You have to improve it. Every day you have to improve that attitude. And the skill, you have to learn driving, two-wheeler, four-wheeler. You have to learn how to operate the basic system. You have to learn basic video editing or making poster. You have these all the skills you have to learn, my dear friends, for today. And the knowledge in the particular field. For example, if you are interested in the photography, what is length, what is a wide angle, what is zoom, how to capture a particular position in a different angle, what is lighting, various aspects, how to control the shadow. And if you want to be a wild photographer, what is the behavior of animal, what is the season. If you are a structural photographer, what will be the structure, which side the sun will raise, which side the shadows will come. If you are a photography of portraits or maybe a marriage, what will be the scenario, what will be the situation, and how to get the best candid photos in the particular scenario. You have to research. Simply going and holding the camera, you will lose the customers, isn't it so? Similarly, that's why what I'm telling to you is you will be having a particular passion, my dear friends, and you can make that passion into profession. Okay. And social entrepreneur, you can also be a social entrepreneur. You can go to the YouTube, search social entrepreneur, you get more information. And Startup India and Shine Foundation, where you get a internship, or maybe incubation center, you get a space. Okay. And SWAP Foundation from the UNESCO, if I'm not wrong, and School for Social Entrepreneurs in India, where they have a complete course, distance course is also available. You can take the screenshot of this if you want in your mobile. You can find out, okay, social entrepreneurship. So as Swami Vivek, to conclude, before I conclude, Swami Vivekananda says, get up, my dear friends, get up, okay, and leave some mark behind. Leave some mark behind, my dear friends. Otherwise, where is the difference between you and the tree and the stones? They come into existence, decay, and die. Look at yourself and myself, and the trees and the stones. What Swamiji is telling, you came here and nobody, even your grandsons will not remember you. Trust me, if you don't leave a mark and go. That day should not come. You should do good for yourself. You should do good for your family. You should do good for your society, my dear friends. So this is a three thing. Okay. So this life is go with a dependency, independency, and interdependency. Okay. So you have to invest for yourself, your family, and your society. So as Swamiji says, they alone live who live for others. Rest are more dead than alive. So are you like a zombie? No, we are not like a zombies. We are alive but doing nothing. Just sleeping. Netflix, I saw a recent one web series in the Netflix. It's called Kingdom. They're like dead people. That's it. They're doing nothing. Nothing contribution to the society. We don't want to be a zombies, So we want to be contributors to the society, my dear friends. At least for my family's sake. At least for yourself. You will be not in the sala. You will not be in the debt. You will be leading a happy life. Okay. And happy life doesn't mean the luxurious life. Okay. And you are taking care of your family at least. Later on, your community, your own community, or your society, Mangaluru, and expand yourself. Okay. So at last, my dear friends, I thank you wholeheartedly for giving this wonderful opportunity, for allowing me to present in front of you all. So I thank the program coordinator. And I can see Dejamma madam also. Thank you so much, madam, for being present. So thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. Hope you all understood about the what is called as social entrepreneurship. It's in very simple. Business entrepreneurs or a businessman look into the product, whereas social entrepreneurs look into the problems. Very simple. Please look into the problem along with your products. Products will go side by side. You can make a profit. That's okay. But along with that, focus into the problems also and give a solution to the people. And number of people waiting for your solution, your helping hands, my dear friends. I'm very happy and admire that till now about 94 students, including myself, were present here, who are happily seeing this screen. So thank you so much for being this. Thank you, madam, for appreciation. If you have any question, my dear friends, you can put it in the chat section, and madam can tell me, and we can go for 1 or 2 questions if time permits. So one of the question I got earlier is that, do we have to register the startup? So yes, you have to register the startup, and if you register it, you get the more benefit. You get the more benefit from the government of India. There will be a fundings. You trust me, 10,000 crores has been kept aside for startup. And trust me, Karnataka is a top, where we have a 40,000 startups, including our startup. Okay. So my dear friends, don't be a job seeker, be a job creators. Okay. And you can create a wonderful jobs, and we may not be 1,000 people at a start, but you are maybe a self-employed, and one more person, and the one more person, and the one more person. So like that, each one reach one and teach one. Okay, so like that, to know more about startup and taking your idea into practice, that need a separate session. So for example, you have a particular idea, you want to make it as a business. For example, one boy is having some particular idea, say, I want to make it this kind of product as a business, how to make it. It need a separate discussion. So can it be go, and what is advantage? SWOT analysis has to be done. Fishbone analysis has to be done. Later on, we come to a conclusion that can we do it as a as a business or not. So later on, we can come into conclusion that can we go for an NGO or maybe a company. So by this way, my dear friends, I request you that think on this. So do work, do your profession, but keep your passion alive. You may be interested in photography, you may be interested in the embroidery, you may be interested in the particular writing skill. Oh, very amazing writing skill. J.K. Rowling, she wrote a Harry Potter series, and she was totally rejected for about 10 to 15 publishers earlier. Now she became the solopreneur, so solo entrepreneur, that she's the highest paid publisher in the whole world. J.K. Rowling of Harry Potter. Okay. Like that, writing skill. You will be having, you blessed with so many skills with your previous lives, samskaras, or maybe your family's blessings, or maybe your own knowledge. My dear friends, do not make it to waste that. Keep this skill alive, and many of the people there appreciating. One of the questions I got, use of eco straws all over Mangalore as an alternative to the plastic straws. Yes, we can go for an alternative to the plastic straws. Yes, we have to create a lot of awareness to the people. Why it is not happening? Why we are not going for the eco-friendly straws? Why the plastic straws? The issue is that the cost. So the paper straws you will get in some of the juice corners, it is an expensive when compared to the plastic straws. You get 5 rupees, you get 5 or 10 rupees, you get 100 or 200 straws, whereas this kind of paper straws, it may be very limited in number. Okay, so but trust me, you should have an hope that we found out a solution. Everything in this world, everything is not a waste, it's a resource. It may be plastic. We are not, our startup is never against to the plastic. We never say reduce, we say use, reuse, recycle. You can use it. Where you will go, if you will do some program and you will tell that we don't want to use the plastic, then what to do with that? What to do for the packing material and all? So we have to use. But my dear friends, I'm telling you, reuse and recycle. What we are doing today is that we get a parcel from the Amazon, we get the parcel from the Zomato. What we will do? We will mix the both and give it to the waste collector. This is problem. When we get the parcel from Zomato, particularly the ideals, paneer ghee roast and neer dosa, and we have to wash it little bit in the water and keep it that nicely packed tray aside. The very next day it will be dried and store it and give it for the recycler. It will go for recycle. What we will do, we will not do that. So we will take the Dominoes or whatever the any food material, and we put it along with the packing material and we will give it. It's not going to recycle. First is a segregation. So when we segregate it, it will recycle. And the straws also, trust me, kg we getting 2 rupees. Okay, there's a value for it. 1 kg of straw, which means this much it comes. About I can assume about 10,000 straws. Okay, 10,000 straws, 2 rupees. There's a value. Hey, sir, 2 rupees. 2 rupees is value tane. So 2 rupees is a value. So everything is a value. So you throw the, I have a mask here. If you throw it here, it's a cloth mask, 2 layer. It is also a value. Cloth is also having a value. Maharashtra, they are having huge setup. But if you give a single mask, we cannot recycle. What we have to do, we have to store the clothes in a tons, 10 tons we have to procure and we have to send. That's what I said. Na? In Udupi, we are setting up a plant. Every day 10 tons of waste it is coming, where we will be capable of storing the chappal. For example, you will be having chappal. Seema ma'am, for example, called one campaign, bring back your old chappals, we will send for recycle. Assume that you got 100 kg of chappal. Okay, all 3 set of old chappals you brought. It's not going to get recycled. Trust me, and you will tell, yes, sir, Samudra Datra. We have one good friend, Ganesh Naik, Mulki Ganesh Naik. He used to do a lot of service in the beach rejuvenation. He collected so many chappals in his drive. He sent the photos to us. Swami, you should do something. We said, 20 kg, 30 kg chappal, who will take? Nobody will take. So the solution now is coming in Udupi. It's same, the setup will come in the Dakshin Kannada also. All chappals. Can you believe? Ujire Gram Panchayati got 10 tons of chappal, Dharmasthala, next to Dharmasthala, all the chappal is coming. So if you want some good pair of chappal, you can go and search it there on a lighter note. Okay. So that quantity we can procure and we can send it for recycle. That much of chappal we need. So simply 1 pair, 2 pair. But what you can do, if you give it for a recycler, they will store and they will send it for recycle. Everything there is a value. Okay. So in that regard, I used to tell that, if you take the water bottle, this cap and this kind of red strip, it is a separate. The cover, Coca-Cola, it's a Coca-Cola bottle. Coca-Cola, it's a cover is separate. And this kind of bottle, this is also separate. It separately go for a recycling. It is not a waste. So if I collect about 1 kg of bottles, for example, about 250 to 300 bottles, I get 15 rupees. I'm telling you, 15 rupees we are getting. In Mangaluru, do you know, if there is no COVID, we used to produce 50,000 bottles. Okay, 50,000 bottles just in one city. Uppinangadi Gram Panchayati, we are getting about 5,000 bottles every month, just 1 gram. So imagine the amount of wealth there. Okay, crores and crore rupees we can make out of the waste. But trust me, though I'm a commerce background, but I'm more into the humanities now. So we looking into the problems rather than of making solution. And trust me, the compost I showed in the picture, we are getting 5 kg for every compost. Every 1,000 kg, we are getting about 100 kg of compost. It's everything is going for recycling, my dear friends. And leachate water is having the market. And that, one more interesting story thing I will tell you. I show that insects, maggots. That maggots, for 1 ton, 1 ton we get about 4,000 rupees. 1 ton we get 4,000 rupees. Everything there is a money. For insect we get money. For compost we get money. For the leachate water, the slurry water we get money. Dry waste we get money. But the thing is that we have to work hard, and our focus should be providing solution to the issue of waste, not making money. If we focus on making money, money problem alle nilutte. Namma focus irudu solving the problem as a social entrepreneur. Money will come. Swami Vivekananda heltare, money will come, glory will come, purity will come, everything that is excellence will come. when sleeping soul is roused into the self-conscious activity, which means if you are awake yourself, yes, I want to do something ಅಂತ ನಿಮ್ಗಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ಸಿದ್ರೆ ಉಂಟಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ ಕಾಲು ಬುಡಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದು ಬೀಳುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ಮಿ, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಪೇಷನ್ಸ್. ಇವತ್ತು ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಅಪ್ ನಾಳೆ ಅಪ್ಪರಾಣೆ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ನಿಮ್ ಜೊತೆಗಿರೋರೇ ಓಡೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಆಗಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ಇವ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಇರಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಬಟ್ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ಮಿ, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಪರ್ಸಿವರೆನ್ಸ್. That's what 3 P's Swami Vivekananda says. For students also, purity, which means I'm a student, I'll be a student. Patience and perseverance. Purity, patience and perseverance. Purity ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪವಿತ್ರತೆ. You have to be a very pure. ಹಿಡನ್ ಅಜೆಂಡಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ನಾಳೆ ದುಡ್ಡು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಅಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಜನರಿಗೊಂದು ನಾಟಕ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಅಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದಾರಪ್ಪ, ಬಡವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದರಿಂದ ದುಡ್ಡು. ನೋ, ಪ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ. ಫಾರ್ ದ ಸೇಕ್ ಆಫ್ helping the society, I will do this startup. Purity. Second one is patience. You should have a very much patience. ನಾಳೆನೇ ಆಗೋಗುತ್ತೆ, 1 ವರ್ಷನೇ ಆಗೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಅಪ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ 5 to 7 years to make it a startup. ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ 10 years ಬೇಕು ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಅಪ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಅಪ್ ಇಂದ ತೆಗೆದು ಒಂದು ಕಂಪನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. They have given 10 years time to us. 10 ವರ್ಷ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಅಪ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ 3 years ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಂಪ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. 3 years of tax exemption you will get any year. Out of 10 years you can take any 3 years tax exemption. So beautiful startup ideas. You have to take a benefit. Do you know that Kadriಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಒಂದು, ನಮ್ಮ ಮಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಕದ್ರಿ ಹತ್ರ ಒಂದು, I can send you the link to Seema madam. We have an incubation center from government of India. ಆ ಇನ್ಕ್ಯುಬೇಷನ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಹೇಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಒಂದು ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಕ್ಯಾಬಿನ್ಸ್ ತರ, ನೀವು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್ ಚೇಂಬರ್ಗೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಕ್ಯಾಬಿನ್ಸ್ ಗಳಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಆ ತರ ಕ್ಯಾಬಿನ್ಸ್ ಗಳಿದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು 3 ಜನ 4 ಜನ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆಫೀಸ್ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಫ್ರೀ ಆಗಿ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಾಮಿನಲ್ 1000 or 2000 ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಪರ್ ಮಂತ್, ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ದ ಹೋಲ್ ಲಾಟ್ ವೈಫೈ ಫ್ರೀ, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಸಿಟಿ ಫ್ರೀ, ಕಾನ್ಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ರೂಮ್ ಫ್ರೀ. ದಟ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಫೆಸಿಲಿಟಿ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್, under the incubation center. For that, what is required is that purity, patience and perseverance. You should be very pure in your idea. Patience, perseverance ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿರಂತರತೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ಮಾಡಿದೆ ನಾಳೆ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ, ನಾಡಿದ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಇವತ್ತು ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ರು ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲ್ ಸೆಷನ್ ಸೀಮಾ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಸೊ ಹೌ ಟು ಬ್ರೀತ್ ವೆಲ್ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಒಂದ್ ದಿವಸ ಫುಲ್ ಬಹಳ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಉಸಿರಾಡೋದು, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇ ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಇಲ್ವೋ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಇವತ್ತು ಡಯಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಶಿಯಸ್, ಫುಲ್ ಡಯಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಒಂದು ಸೆಷನ್ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. No, today onwards I will not eat pizza, burger or chicken or mutton or anything. Today onwards Seema ma'am had conducted beautiful session pa. I will go for a nutritious food, I will exercise, I will work out anta full ivattu charge ಆಗಿ ರೆಡಿ ಆಗಿರೋದು. ನಾಳೆ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ 6 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಏಳಬೇಕು ಅಂತ 6 o'clock ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅಲ್ರಾಮ್ ಬಡಿಯುತ್ತೆ. What is this? All this life is, all life, this is temporary setup. Tomorrow we will die. Who will care? Okay, fine ಅಂತ ಸ್ನೂಸ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಸ್ನೂಸ್ ಒತ್ತಿ 8 o'clock ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಆಗ ಅಮ್ಮನೇ ಎಬ್ಬಿಸ್ಬೇಕು, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ನಾವು ಹೇಳೋದು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್. ಸೊ ಪರ್ಸಿವರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಮೈ ಡಿಯರ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಪ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ, ಪೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಪರ್ಸಿವರೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ಸ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಯುಟಿಲೈಸ್. ತುಂಬಾ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ನಾವು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾಗ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ನಾವು ಆಸ್ ಅ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟಿವ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಅಪ್, so I have learned so many aspects that to set up a company, to take care of the people, and what and all I learned in the commerce of about 7 years is all coming in a practical way. Okay, this all cost, stock taking, this all things I have putting into the practice. Okay, so I'm very happy that you are here patiently, you are hearing. My dear friends, the life is very short. ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿ ಲೈಫ್ ಅನ್ನು ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಡಿ. ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಮೆಟ್ಲು ಹತ್ತೋ ಅವಕಾಶ ಇರಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಬ್ಲೆಸ್ಡ್ ದಟ್ ಯುವರ್ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಗಿವನ್ ದಿಸ್ ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಅಂಡ್ ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲ್ ಲೈಫ್. Okay, they are in this COVID pandemic situation. Trust me, you are all here, joined this college and taking the advantage of this quality education, my dear friends. Please never ever blame. Okay, DVG ಅವರ ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. DVG ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಇವತ್ತು ಕಗ್ಗ ಓದ್ದೆ 10ನೇ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಅಷ್ಟು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕಗ್ಗಗಳು ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರು 10ನೇ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಫೇಲ್ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರು ಕನ್ನಡ ಟೀಚರಿಗೆ ಬೈಯಲ್ಲ ಅಂತೆ. ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ನನ್ನ ಕನ್ನಡ ಟೀಚರ್ ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಾನೇ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಕಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಬ್ಲೇಮ್ ಮಾಡೋದಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸೊಸೈಟಿಯನ್ನು ಬ್ಲೇಮ್ ಮಾಡೋದಲ್ಲ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ರೋಲ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಇದೆ. 80% ನಿಮ್ಮ ರೋಲ್, 20% ಮಾತ್ರ ಟೀಚರ್ಸು, ಕಾಲೇಜು, ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ಸು, ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ, ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಚೆ ಈಚೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಆಚೆ ಈಚೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಎನಿ ಫೈನ್. 20% ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಇನ್ ಯೋರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್, my dear friends. So in that regard, by recollecting all this point, you can be a social entrepreneur one fine day, but take the profession and passion together. ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಜಾಬಿಗೆ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗ್ತೀರಿ, ಬಟ್ ನಿಮ್ ಪ್ಯಾಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಭರತನಾಟ್ಯಂ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಡ್ಯಾನ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಫೋಟೋಗ್ರಫಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಜೊತೆಗೆ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ ಚೈನೀಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಬೂ ತರ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಆಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ನೀವು ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಆಗಿ ಒಂದು ಫೈನ್ ಡೇ ಲಾಂಚ್ ಆಗಿ. So now we are always there, me, myself, or Seema ma'am, or Dechama ma'am, we are always there to help you, to give an information to you. So please use of this kind of informations, and you can be a great contributor for the society. That's what APJ Abdul Kalam said us, that wings of fire. Now dream big. ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿ ಆಲೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂತೆ, ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಆಲೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಜಗತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಗವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. Okay, so dream big, think big, and let us do good for the society. So thank you so much for giving this wonderful opportunity to address you all on this on the social entrepreneurship and other related topics. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And over to Seema ma'am as our moderator. Thank you, madam.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Ranjan sir. You gave us knowledgeable information on entrepreneurship. It was really inspiring. You showed us the right direction. It's our duty to show gratitude to people who helped us. I request our NSS Programme Officer, Kavyashree Madam, to render the vote of thanks.
Kavya? Okay, maybe some technical issues. I would like to thank the resource person, Mr. Ranjan. Your speech was very motivating, Ranjan. It was very inspiring. Thank you so much. And I would like to thank the guest of honor of this webinar, Mr. Hariprasad sir, for being a part of this program. Thank you, Hariprasad. I would like to thank our principal, Premalatha ma'am, for her constant support in organizing these types of webinars. And especially, I would like to thank Mr. Srina, NSS Programme Officer of Vivekananda College, Puttur, Professor Nagaraj from Purna Pradnya College, Dr. Ningaraju from Mysore University, and Kanchana Madam from Ramakrishna Mission. Thank you very much for attending this webinar. And thanks to my HOD Dejamma ma'am and all my colleagues for attending this wonderful workshop. And I would like to thank my student Ritesh for all the technical support and live streaming of this program in the YouTube channel. Thank you, Ritesh. And last but not the least, I would like to thank all my dear NSS volunteers for being a part of this wonderful webinar. Thank you, one and all. Over to you, Diksha.
Thank you, madam. Here we come to end of this webinar. This is Diksha, NSS volunteer, signing off. Have a great day. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. Many are appreciating. I personally may not name you all, but thank you so much for the feedback. Thank you, madam. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dechama ma'am. Thank you, Seema ma'am. And thank you to principal madam. Thank you so much. Namaste. See you some other day. Thank you.
Yes, sure. Thank you.
Thank you.